Hi guys. Well, it's exciting to be here. Jesse and Darren, thanks for putting this conference together. Let's just jump straight in tonight. So in my session, I want to talk to you about creating amazing landing page experiences on the websites you guys create for your clients. The role of the web designer has really changed in the last couple of years, and especially in 2018, it's never been more really of an exciting time to be a web designer, a developer, or online marketer. You can see even in Google's algorithm updates, you can see that Google now is having a huge bias towards creating this landing page experience and really favoring websites and landing pages that create that amazing experience for clients. Google's, with their machine learning algorithm, is now tracking every time someone clicks back, that bounce rate. You look at PPC ads. Never before has PPC ads, Google's AdWords campaigns, been more affected in the price and the traffic by the experience that users have when they come to that page. Even if you look at SEO, before in SEO, it was all about links and on-page SEO. And you had dodgy link building, black hat link building, keyword stuffing on page. All of that's gone away with. Then we had the phase where we had just proper SEO. We had a lot of guest blogging, a lot of real proper work, and actual SEO being done. But now when you look at SEO, you can have all the proper, authentic, authoritative links you want, the best on-page SEO, but if the users come there and they have a bad experience, Google's dropping it. Google's dropping that page. You see it in all the new case studies, all the recent research. If users are having a bad experience on that landing page, despite all the authoritative links, Google's dropping the page and dropping the rankings. And as web designers, that's a great opportunity for us. As web designers, we have the responsibility to create that amazing landing page experience, to create that experience that users want to come back for, that creates a lasting impression in the user's mind. And my first point tonight, before we even start to talk about design or marketing, my first point is we need to start with proper research, actual research. Now, it used to be all about keyword research. It used to be about looking at the analytics, looking at the data, looking at what people are typing into Google, what they're typing in after they don't find what they're searching for, okay? And that's still all important. We still do that. But when we at Splash take on a new project, the first thing we start with, and what we love to do if we can, is form focus groups. Talking to real people, picking up the phone, talking to real people on the phone. Forming focus groups is basically bringing people into the office. Alicia at Splash, she does all of that with her little team. She filters down to the target audience that matches the project, and we bring people in and actually talk with them. We want to find out every question they have about the client's site and service product that they're offering, every objection, everything that they hate about the client's product or site, everything that they would stop them from submitting an inquiry, buying a product, or phoning the client. We need to find out every bit of information we can, and you can't do that looking at keyword analytics. You have to do that talking to real people. Once you've got the qualitative research, you need to focus on the quantitative research. And that's where you need to have the mass questionnaires filled out, again, with those objections. What is it that's stopping a user from inquiring on your client's site? What is it that's stopping the user from buying that product? What is it that's stopping the user from calling that client, from calling your client to request their product or service? What is it? You need to find that out. You can't just rely on the focus groups. The focus groups are great for bouncing ideas off of them, for submitting your ideas to them, to finding out things maybe they wouldn't say in a questionnaire, or they might skim through in a questionnaire. But really the quantitative research, those 1,500 questionnaires, it's a way of finding out the running threads. And when you combine that data together, you end up finding out some pretty unique things. We had one client where they were in the wedding industry, and we found out that this particular client, they used to hire out photo booths. They still do. It's their major product. You may have seen them. We've had them before. Some of you guys might have had them at your office. And they hire these photo booths out, and they used to charge $5.90. And by the time we'd finished designing and creating this landing page experience, they'd not only doubled the price, they'd doubled the conversion, of those landing pages, double the amount of inquiries. They were able to double the price of the product, the higher charge that they charged out to customers, which really was amazing for their profits. And the traffic for those sites went through the roof because the CTR was so high. Everything changed when we changed that landing page experience. Now for Elegant High, we looked at everything. We looked at their video, their logo, their design, their copy. Everything we did on that page was based on the research that we'd found, everything. And we found out the users all thought that they were not going to be photogenic in this photo booth, in any photo booth. And we found out that that was a major objection that users had, that brides had, which were really the major target audience that were hiring this product. The major objection they had to going with Elegant High or any photo booth company was that they were worried about looking terrible in a photo booth. And we came up with an idea, based on that research, of introducing a new industry term called the studio photo booth. And when we did that, coupled with the new design, the logos, the video, the sales pitch, everything was centered around the studio photo booth, sales went through the roof. And it's just one example of hundreds, as I'm sure some of you guys that do research as well, you'll see that when research is introduced before the design starts, the end result is huge. It's quite staggering. Now, before we used to do no research, we'd create stunning websites, beautiful websites, and about 1 in 20, 1 in 10 maybe, would do really well. But what about the other 9? What about the other 19? What happened to them? Well, you don't put them in your case studies. You only talk about the ones that do really well. But when you introduce research, it takes away that guessing game. Suddenly, you know, every site you're doing, you know the objections. You know what needs to be answered. And you know, one of the things that you're going to find is a lot of the competition, a lot of the other web designers are not doing this in the industry. And when you couple research with good design, the results are quite amazing. The next point tonight is I want to talk to you about a huge wave that's going to come through the e-commerce and even and other services online. Huge wave that's coming, and that's called VR, virtual reality. So up until this point, VR really has been predominantly used for the gaming industry. But I want to show you a video of how VR is going to totally change the way people shop online and even book products and services. Now I've got a really interesting video I want to show you where a user is actually going to be shopping for groceries. And this is what I think even in the next year and possibly at the end of this year, that online shopping could look like. So we could play the video. If you guys could get that started, that'd be great.
Oh yeah, I need to do the shopping.
Welcome, Anne. What do you need?
Hi, Super. I need some pasta. Let's see then. Ah, there it is. Whoops, I almost forgot. Lucy, who's gluten intolerant, is also going to be there tonight. Show me just the gluten-free products, please.
Anne, I have activated the gluten filter for this shelf.
Now I need snacks for my son.
Hey, Anne, you have almost reached the number of points necessary to claim the new prizes. I'll highlight the products that award more points.
Yes, Super, thank you. Look at these. So many points and great ratings. Nice, I'll take it. This is nice. What is it?
Would you like to take a closer look?
Yes, please. I like that.
Should I book a test drive?
Thanks.
Test drive booked. I have sent you the address via email.
Great. But now I need to get some shampoo. This won't be an easy choice.
These are the ones recommended by your friends.
There it is. Hillary's favorite. Well done, Super. Got it. Good. That should be it. Let's go check out. Oh, I nearly forgot about the apple pie. Super, show me the ingredients.
Anne, I have analyzed 10 apple pie recipes and the relevant ingredients. This is what is missing from your pantry.
Okay, thanks.
Anne, shall I proceed with payment?
Hang on, Super. I might have picked up too many apples. Okay, now you can pay.
Transaction authorized. What time will you be home in the afternoon?
After 5 p.m.
Perfect. Enjoy your supper.
Thanks, Super. See you next time. Maybe I'll invite you.
So what if we could create an online experience like that? You know, what if, imagine a kitchen company that sold kitchens could create an online showroom that users can go anytime, day or night, go on there with their husband and wife and literally walk through the kitchens step by step. What if every single product you bought, every dress, anything you bought online, you could literally flip it around, turn it around and see it underneath? You know, and research is showing that if you can offer VR or even 360, that objection to shopping online and buying that product drops from 90% to 65%. Guys, that is a huge jump. That is massive. From 90 to 65% with just 360 and VR. You know, when you're consulting your clients, when looking at building websites for them and landing pages, your clients need to be aware of this. You need to be talking to them about this kind of technology that's coming, because this is going to impact their business. You know, VR and 360 is here. It's not going away. And you're going to see it ramped up far past beyond gaming. It's going to have a direct impact on businesses. And if we as designers and developers can create this 360 online experience, that's going to have a huge impact on conversion rates. Now, my next point is don't allow crappy copy to ruin the user experience. You know, boring headlines, they ruin the landing page and website experience for users. How often have you been to a website and it says plumber Brisbane, kitchen designer Brisbane? It's boring. They might put an adjective at the front which says best plumber Brisbane. They've already clicked on an ad that said plumber Brisbane. They come to a site with a stock photo that says plumber Brisbane. That's the kind of headline that ruins the site and landing page experience. It's boring, there's nothing emotional about it, it doesn't connect with the user, it just simply tells what the product or service is. It's a bare minimum, but it's not emotive, and you don't need to pay a designer or a marketing firm to come up with a headline like that. As marketers, we need to rethink the way headlines appear and interact with users on our site. I want to show you a really interesting ad that was run decades ago, which doubled the sales for Rolls-Royce that year. Now, Rolls-Royce is a pretty expensive product, right? But to double the sales for that year, that must be a pretty interesting headline. So if we could put it up on the screen, it's by a man called David Ogilvy, and it says this: at 60 miles an hour, the loudest noise in this new Rolls-Royce comes from the electric clock. That doubled the sales of Rolls-Royce that year. It's a pretty pricey product. To double the sales of a product with that price is a pretty sophisticated marketing ad. That ad was interesting, informative, had a level of humor to it. It also had a level of emotion to it. You could picture yourself driving down the road with absolute quiet. Now, and cars back then, that was part of the problem. They were quite loud to drive in. Now, the shift in that advertisement, doubling the sales. I want to show you another one. It's a company, we did a photography company. It's just a small local startup. And they do newborn photography. It's called Precious Pearl Photography, beautiful photography. They had a landing page created, average results. Again, going with the line of newborn photography. After our research, our team came up with an idea. What if we could emotionally connect with a mum that was about to have a child? And so we came up with a headline, and so the adventure begins. Our research showed that combining that headline with beautiful photography, that it emotionally moved the user and created an experience that reminded the mum why they wanted and needed newborn photography, that there was an adventure beginning, that there was something new starting, it was a new experience in their family. And that experience and that life needed to be captured. And you know, Precious Pearl Photography, their sales, they went through the roof. Not only did their inquiries go through the roof, it was much easier to book clients in. She had a connection with mums that a boring headline would just never do. Don't allow your headlines and your copy to ruin the landing page experience. We need to be able to emotionally connect with users from the first second that they appear on the page, with graphics, with design, but with headlines. Headlines are crucial, and with crappy copy, you'll ruin the user's experience on the page. Research your headlines and your sublines. Use the copy to create an experience that users will remember. It's so vital. My next point is the emergence of progressive web apps. I'm not talking about native apps, I'm talking about progressive web applications that us as front-end developers and designers can create without all the heavy need to learning some kind of new coding language. With our skills that we know now, we are now going to be looked at as the new app developers.